they took the money that Cheney gave them, $2.2 billion, and they funneled it through NIH. And it all went through Anthony Fauci. That's when they started doing all this gain of function.
Today, I'm in the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not alone because, well, we have covid.org with us here. Covid.org. You click on it. This is the official website. This was, of course, the website that was used to push the experimental therapeutics. This was the website that was used to suppress the true story of COVID-19. That true story is probably even more horrifying than we know right now. But what we absolutely know is that Dr. Fauci funded the research inside of the COVID laboratories in Wuhan. This is illegal. He did this through a network of non-government organizations and scientific research orgs. One of them was called the EcoHealth Alliance. We can see the payments to go to pay for the creation of deadly viruses using bat coronaviruses located only in China, and that is the backbone of COVID. They added spike proteins to that to make it transmissible to humans, and then they released it on humans, probably at the World Military Games that were in Wuhan, and they gave it to American service members, who we now know flew back to America through Seattle, which was the first hotspot for COVID spread in the country. So yeah, there's no such thing as coincidences. This is how COVID was made. It's scientifically impossible for it to be any other way. And this website now rolls through all of that. This is the official lab leak website. It's awesome. President Trump up top, dominating, and they roast Fauci right off the top here, which I think is incredible. The proximal origins of SARS-CoV-2 publication, which was used repeatedly by public health officials in the media to discredit the lab leak theory, was promoted by Dr. Fauci to push the preferred narrative that COVID-19 originated naturally. Right off the top, the first words on the official covid.gov website is Dr. Fauci is a liar and a criminal. 1, the virus possesses a biological characteristic that is not found in nature. What is that? It is the spike protein. That is a human spike protein. That would be impossible to find in a bat. The COVID virus comes from the horseshoe bat. The horseshoe bat lives in southeastern China, high up in caves, far away from humans. Science doesn't know why these bats are repositories for the COVID virus. The COVID virus doesn't seem to hurt them, but it's only transmissible to other bats. They extracted that virus and then they added the spike protein to make it so that they could create a pandemic. This is why Dr. Fauci promised there'd be a pandemic in the next administration. We've played you that clip a million times. I don't know why we're the only people that have ever focused in on that clip, but it's literally Dr. Fauci doing a evil villain monologue, like that you see in cartoons or superhero movies, where they tell you their evil plan. Fauci did that. We might have to play it. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Here we go. Let's read through this. This is amazing. This has got me in such a good mood this morning. Data shows that all COVID-19 cases stem from a single introduction into humans. This runs contrary to previous pandemics where there were multiple spillover events. Wuhan is home to China's foremost SARS research lab, a history of conducting gain-of-function research, gene-altering organisms, supercharging at inadequate biosafety levels. So the supercharging, of course, is the making it transmissible and deadly to humans. The Wuhan Institute of Virology researchers were sick with COVID-like symptoms in the fall of 2019, months before COVID-19 was discovered in the wet markets. The Biden administration hid that, and they also hid the U.S. military members that they infected. How much these people hate you? They infected our military members who were there to perform and compete in the military games. We now know that because of new declassifications. So they used members of our armed services as petri dishes for their new deadly supervirus. Got it? By nearly all measures of science, if there was evidence of a natural origin, it would have already surfaced, but it hasn't. Remember how they came up with like Chinese people eat bats and pangolins? Here you go. The seafood market and the Wuhan Institute of Virology, literally right across the street from each other. Proximal origin publication, gain of function research, EcoHealth Alliance, Told you, we've done our research, NIH failures. And here's a photo of Dr. Fauci covering his face in shame with the Joe Biden pardon. Ooh, that's gotta hurt. Full and unconditional pardon for any offenses against the United States of which have committed and taken part in January 1st, 2020, from January 1st, 2014. Anthony Fauci pardon. Look at that. And then they go through all of his crimes. Isn't that just remarkable? They go through all of his crimes. And then you have the Rand Paul questioning of this. They roast Andrew Cuomo, too. They have the full congressional report on the COVID pandemic, which shows how much they lied and deceived you. It's just great. It's incredible. This is a literal moment of truth for the country. It's great that it's happening on Good Friday. Good Friday, the day that we create a new truth, the truth for the entire world. It's just perfectly fitting. Here's Dr. Fauci predicting, and in fact, telling us what he was about to do to our nation. Here we go.
Is that there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that, but also there will be a surprise outbreak. And
oh, okay. You ever heard anything like that? There will be a surprise outbreak. He's guaranteeing there's going to be an outbreak in Trump's first term. They poisoned the world. They killed your grandmother. They kept you from even saying goodbye. They locked you inside. They destroyed your children's education. They destroyed the capacity for kids to learn and see and speak. Talk to these COVID kids who, like, they've set them back decades. Cover a mouth around your child. See if they learn how to talk. They don't. I have little kids right now. They committed atrocities. Dr. Fauci should be listed among the greatest mass murderers in human history. Pol Pot, Joseph Stalin, the regimes of communist China. I think Mao Zedong actually is the greatest mass murderer in history according to actual total body count at 60 million. But Dr. Fauci has millions blood on his hands. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to bring you that beautiful truth this morning, along with this one. This is something that I saw this morning that I thought was just spectacular. The power of truth, the power of light, the power of sacrifice. Thank Jesus Christ for his sacrifice today. Do you think that guy we just crucified was onto something? I don't know, maybe. Who knows? What happens next? What happens next? The white, the light color is Christianity. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. The power of Christ spreading throughout the earth. Think he was onto something? And then here we are today. Do you think Christ was onto something? The white is majority Christian nations. I think we were onto something.